I started it.
Do I have to like refresh it? What?
What?
Oh, there it is. There we are.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Hello, MK Ultra.
It's a pretty ugly looking double top, isn't it?
Yeah. But this didn't play out.
So I was seeing some stuff about now after everything went down with Daniela and that whole debacle. Now I saw something that Andre's wanting to step away from crypto. Is that a freaking bloodbath that I'm seeing?
Honestly, I didn't even really notice until like 2 days after it happened. I wasn't even paying attention. But yeah. Apparently he left Phantom and basically is leaving mostly all of crypto, I guess.
Andre is?
But it's really not that big of a deal because everything he already built is ready to use, and he did what he came to do.
So is V33 up and running?
Yeah, everything's already up and running. I'm making mad profits over there on Solid, or on SolidX. Yeah, I'll show you. So,
SolidX.
SolidX is so this is Andre's project Solidly, and when you come to it, it's like no longer available April 3rd, right?
What?
Source code's open source. Anyone that would like to continue hosting the service is welcome to. So I mean,
so
so
if somebody
basically,
doesn't step in, it just dies on April 3rd.
yeah, basically, but it's too big of a thing for no one to take it over, and this project, if no one else does, they already pretty much have like a large percentage of the voting power, so they could easily do it. And then Harry from Tomb Finance said he would be willing to bid in the auction for it. And then there's also Oxdow, basically similar to SolidX, but they don't have it. I don't think they have a running farm yet. Maybe they do.
Yeah, they just kind of this project originally came up just so that at one of the NFTs, right? But it's built out of a bunch of top tier players within the other Phantom protocols, correct?
Yeah, yep, pretty much. Let's see what they got over here. Holy smokes.
Hey, Voyager and Dickensies.
Dickensauce.
Or Dickens.
So pro. Who's Voyager?
MK says, I'm waiting to get more ETH. I think we might go lower this weekend.
I don't really care about the prices anymore. I just buy. I keep buying every day. Let's see. Let's see what they got going on here. Man, their APRs are like super high.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the TVL? They don't really have much yet.
Oh, it's Dickensa like credenza. What's the NFT alpha right now?
NFT alpha for what?
Like what's
Which
alpha right
NFT?
now with NFTs?
I guess no
What's
one
the
wants to hear
scoop?
about DeFi anymore. No one cares about DeFi, guys. Everyone lost everything in DeFi. Everyone gave up. Now they just want to give their money away for NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we could look at NFTs. What?
Well, aren't you running an NFT project?
Yeah, except I'm not talking about that here. I'm not talking about that here.
Yeah.
If that's someone that knows about the project, then yeah, and they're trying to make me dox myself, then they can fuck off.
No, that isn't.
Yeah, I won't be talking about my project here. And I won't be talking about my Twitter name or anything like that.
Said
I'll show
DeFi
you what
was last summer. Everyone
This
knows
is what it is.
NFTs. All the good Ponzi-nomics now.
I don't know really what you want to know about NFTs. I mean, nothing's really doing good right now.
I saw those ancestral humans. They got like 3D movements and stuff to them now or something.
Yeah, I did see. There's like a video on that.
Yeah, I
Do they
put
have a
NFTs in the title because we've been talking about that last few weeks.
Oh. It says NFT in the title of this stream. Crypto NFT. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we're only going to be talking about NFTs.
You're saying what chains, what have you minted recently? What are you looking at minting?
I meant everything on every chain except for Ethereum. I stay away from.
Yeah, the fees are still too high on Ethereum.
You're still minting everything right now?
I'm still minting everything that's legit and has a good artist or utility behind it. I mean, this is the time to be investing in the right stuff. You got to find the right stuff right now.
Yep.
If you're not looking right now, then you shouldn't be in the space because you don't know what you're doing.
I took and our latest addition was we bought 2 player nodes on Gala Music. So
yeah, nice.
We're rolling the dice.
Man, you were pretty. Didn't you say like, man? What did you say Gala was gonna go to? I remember you saying it was gonna go to. Because we were up here, I think, or we were.
It was right around the 30-cent area, and I figured it would come back down to like the around 20 cents.
It actually went to 18 or 19, yeah.
Yeah.
21 right now.
The good thing is the nodes were a fixed USD price of $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So it cost more tokens, but we got a nice little surplus of extra tokens to kind of open a position down there. But they capped the licenses to run the player nodes at 25,000 licenses. So we own 2 of the 25,000 licenses, and they say that they'll eventually at some point in time reissue more licenses for people to run nodes once they become available, but they'll be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Snoop Dogg had his new album drop on Gala Music with Stashbox NFTs that were running. It was like $5,000 for one song plus a whole bunch of NFTs, and they kind of went down that road a couple of times and never completely sold out. But then last week he dropped Snoop Bounce from his Dogfather album, and they had 624 copies that were starting at $500 a piece, and they were going to go down. I forget what it's like, a reverse auction where it goes down in price the longer you wait. And it was like it go down $20 in like 30 minutes, and it completely sold out in 30 minutes.
Jeez. Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
extra stuff on your nodes, you can have songs that you can ping to them for extra rewards. It'll be interesting to see exactly what comes out, because it's truly is a gamble. There's no white paper, no true tokenomics yet. It's just they were gauging interest. But come on, you got Snoop Dogg behind you. Something's got to be going on. I'm sure he won't be the last one to go down the Gala Music road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that Nexo added Gala token.
Yeah, they've been adding quite a bit lately. But did you see the thing that because of regulatory uncertainty, people in the United States couldn't open new positions? If you had an existing position that you were gaining interest on, it would continue. But if you transferred new stuff in or tried to open up, a position with a new token, if you're in the United States, you don't get anything.
On Nexo?
On Nexo.
For real? No way.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
So if you have something there that you're gaining interest on, might be better off at this point in time, especially with the market, of leaving it. Because if you move it out and then try to move it back, you won't gain the yield on it.
I didn't even hear it. Did they announce that somewhere?
Yeah, I came across their Twitter feed.
My Twitter's filled with like NFT stuff now. Oh, yeah, I'm still earning interest. Yeah, I'm still getting stuff. That's crazy. They just said if you're US, then fuck off.
Pretty much.
Unless you were with us from the start, then you're good. But
Yep.
Yeah.
They weren't going to disrupt what was already there, but
yeah. I think that's just their way of slowly moving away from the US.
Possibly, but I know they got
eventually all the US people are going to withdraw, and then they won't be able to get APRs anymore.
Right. Well, I know they got I think Celsius and Nexo both got like cease and desist letters from the state of New York AG because of regulatory, people making money and not paying taxes is really what it comes down to. So I think part of that, getting looped in with that whole mess, is a big part of it. People just don't want to deal with the United States anymore because we're a bunch of bitches when it comes to crypto regulation.
Man, we're weak sauce over here. What the hell? We are weak sauce. Man, I can't wait till Biden's out of there.
Oh, man. I don't think he's going to make 4 years.
Yeah, for real.
And then you got Kamala Harris. She's over in Europe right now trying to make friends with people after we said, you can't send the MiGs over. And she's looking like an absolute freaking idiot over there.
Man. Man, either she's like in on it with whoever's behind the whole thing, or she like didn't know what the fuck she was getting into.
Well, she was in a meeting with I think it was the Polish president, and one of the press secretaries asked, or one of the press people asked if, so many refugees from Ukraine were coming into Poland, and if the United States had any, if they had any plans to help with refugees. And they kind of turned and looked at each other, and she did that stupid freaking cackle laugh thing that she does. It's like, what the hell's so funny about, people being displaced from their home because of a freaking war? But yet we let people come across our border. So the whole thing's just fucked.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be a long war or it's going to be a short war. I have a feeling it's just going to be a short thing.
Well, I think Russia was thinking it was going to be really short, but Ukraine has really dug in.
Didn't Cliff High say it was like 18-year war?
18 years? Whoa. Oh, shit. We're going into the next apocalypse. Life's over, guys. Pack it up.
I saw some stupid gold cat with a bunch of tattoos on it. Went for 30 ETH on OpenSea a couple days ago.
Nice.
Some guy added it to his Bored Ape collection.
Yeah, man. I saw those ETH NFTs are, I don't know. They're something else.
They're crazy.
It's too saturated for me on Ethereum. That it's not much, like, it's all just money grabs. Money grab after money grab after money grab. There's not actual communities being built or anything. I mean, there are a few, but it's not like anyone works together over there to build up the ecosystem. It's all just separate entities.
Yeah, that is the one thing that's different about it compared to like Phantom.
I mean, that's the real reason I don't use ETH is just because it's just a shit show over there. Everyone sucks over there.
It's okay. We got Phantom and Cardano.
Yeah. Yeah, how's Cardano doing? I haven't really looked at it really.
It's hit that 80-cent range that I figured it was probably going to go to, and looking at the A to BTC chart, that chart's coming up on the 200-week moving average on the big time frame scale. But it's getting to an area that has a lot of historical support resistance. So we may be looking at a bounce, but a move down to, I want to say the 200-week on the USD chart is right around about 50 cents. So we might still see a little bit more downside to the 50 cents. It took it a few minutes and a few tries to finally hit that 80-cent range, break that $1 because it held $1 for so long. But yeah, that area right there is just, it's a very, very spot.
You might get like a wick down to here again.
Yeah,
possibly. That looks like where it's bounced like a lot of times. So, but this is also a good spot too, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are all high volume node areas. So
it's definitely oversold.
I mean, everything's fucking oversold right now, probably.
Yes, it is.
Like super like the most oversold I may have ever seen before.
But you want to know the odd part is Bitcoin dominance is still like 43 or 44 or something like that.
Honestly, Bitcoin didn't really drop much. I think the alts have been getting crushed compared to Bitcoin lately.
Yes, but money isn't moving into Bitcoin. It's had a little bit of a rally off of it. Kind of made a double.
It's just it's just not moving out of Bitcoin. It's just doing nothing. It's just doing jack shit. It has these up moves and down moves, like quick shit. But I mean, it looks like it's winding up to do something. Who knows which way it's gonna go? But I mean, we've been in this channel since what, like April of almost a full year now. So we'll see. Maybe we'll break down and touch it again. Maybe we'll break up.
Yep.
Maybe we'll break out. Maybe we'll fucking
highly plausible. But
I mean, like this area that I had, this green range, it's like we have like a magnet that always takes us back to this range. And now we're just like filling it in. We're filling in that volume now because we haven't really stayed there at all. So I don't know. This could be a good buying opportunity, honestly. I don't know. I mean, unless like, we got a war and shit fucking tanks, but.
Well, next week is also the Fed meeting on interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. So, I feel like all that shit's already priced in though. It's been like month after month where they're just like, oh, Fed meeting coming up, guys. We're about to drop. Fed meeting coming up. Oh, is it going to go up or down? It's like, do the Fed meetings really even matter anymore? Because he says the same shit every time. Oh, well, we're just going to go based off of whatever information we can get. Blah, blah. It's like, dude, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, you want to take a look at something, pull up XRP USD.
XRP USD. Do I have XRP? USD.
Look at that baby boiling up.
There it is.
It jumped up about 10 cents today and kind of broke out of a triangle that it had been coiling up in, because I guess the Ripple team won some kind of motion that everybody deemed to be pretty important. Although everything that I'm reading is this whole thing probably still isn't going to get settled till sometime between August and November. So they'll probably just keep coiling. But man, it's had a cup with a coily handle.
I feel like that, like how we just fucking just kept going forever. Maybe I think the whole market could easily just fucking go like this fucking forever and just for years and then finally break out. Maybe not years, but like for crypto years.
Yeah, it could be another full year.
Yeah.
2022 of just a big major consolidation wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it would just be like 2018, 2019, like bear market, where every bounce people are like, oh, okay, here it is, next bull run. And no, it's like you literally have to wait for the next, like, we're at the stage where everything's being built for the next run. It's not built yet, so we're not ready yet. Like, yeah, that's why I think we could easily we could bounce here, but then we'll go down and then bounce and then down, and eventually, once we're finally built, people have given up. So many people have given up that there's only like a bunch of rich people that knew what was going on that are going to have it all, and then we're going to go up and they're going to sell it to all the poor people again, and then we'll do it all over again.
Kind of like 2002, 2003 after the dot-com bubble, where Amazon went to $5 a share.
Oh shit! And then somebody scooped up fat shares amount, and then they got rich.
Yep.
I mean, because it's always just who has the liquidity at the right times. That's all it is. And like most people are already out of liquidity. Like they're already done. They're tapped out. They're fully tapped out. Nothing in crypto, nothing in the bank, nothing in cash, no silver and gold, no assets, debt. That's like 90% of Americans. And probably the whole world at this point.
Andrew's favorite project, MinSwap, went live on their mainnet.
Oh, nice. It went live finally?
They went live this last week. It's been people providing liquidity, and then they got the LP yield farming starts on Monday the 14th.
Are you talking about this, or is this something else?
MinSwap. It's a Cardano DEX.
How do you spell it?
MINSWAP.
MinSwap. Oh, this is a Cardano one.
Yeah. They're slowly creeping out there. I think the Cardano ecosystem is about $250 million TVL between Sunday Swap, MinSwap, and a couple of other small ones.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're doing is they've got tiered way that they're going to do the LP farming. The ADA Min LPs, I think those will get like 50% in the yield farming, and Meld and LQ World Mobile Token, and I think one or two others will get 7%, and then there's a few other pairs that will get like 5% and 8%, and that's how all the yield farm is going to break down. So the most of it's going to go to the ADA Min. That's why it's got way more TVL than all the rest of them. But I might throw some ADA Meld in there.
Oh yeah, you have Meld?
Nice.
I do.
Nice.
From my ISPO that I participated in. And I got a bunch of Sunday tokens I got to claim too. And I'll probably jump on Sunday Swap and maybe provide some liquidity with those. See what happens.
Meld's pretty cheap right now, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's been floating around it's been fluctuating between 10 and 14 cents.
Looks like there's some decent liquidity on here, actually. I mean, it's not like comparable to other chains yet, but it's not bad. I've seen way worse than that.
LQ is Liquid Finance. That's a protocol that I'm waiting to come out. They've been touting that they've got some. I haven't exactly had a chance to dig into it in the paperwork, but they've got some kind of a quad yield opportunity. And I don't know exactly how it's going to go down yet. I got to dig into the paperwork a little bit more, but I've seen a few different people mention it lately. But they've got a pretty one, their just total supply is going to be small to begin with, but their circulating supply is really small at the moment because the only tokens in circulation are, I believe, the ones that they gave to the people on their Discord, which I wasn't a part of. But they've been floating between about $80 to $90 a token right now.
Do you know when the emissions start, or do they have a governance token or something?
LQ will be the governance token of Liquid Finance. Their site is not up yet. They're still coding away.
But Min is the governance token for.
Is going to start on Monday with the LP yield farming. But up until this point, it's just been people that have participated in their ISPO and I don't know if they've had a few other giveaways or anything like that. Have been the only real emissions so far. People that participated in their test net also got a chance to earn some stuff that they could convert over as a reward for participating in their test net. But the Cardano ecosystem's trickling in little by little. Sunday swap got up to almost $1, and it seems to kind of be trying to find a bottom right around that 35, 36 cent range at the moment.
Man, do you think they're gonna add like a section where the min? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how this one works. Like, are they gonna be able to vote on which pools get emissions? Because it looks like anyone can make a pool here.
Yes, anyone can make a pool at the moment.
So how will that work with emissions? Like, if you get if you get no votes on your pool, then you get no emissions, right?
Correct. There's only certain pools that are gonna get LP emissions.
Yeah.
And
Did they add that
more? We'll take some kind of governance vote. Just like
Yeah.
on Sunday swap, there's only 4 pools that are getting the LP farming in emissions. But since Sunday swap is kind of in a beta at the moment, they're doing an early governance vote on Discord with their Discord community, and I think it takes so many votes to add into to be able to LP yield farm. And I know ADA and Pavia are both in the middle of trying to collect enough votes for Sunday swap to allow LP yield farming on Sunday swap. I would imagine MinSwap will probably follow suit, but it's still early. They've only been up doing swaps for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and their LP farm isn't even going to happen until Monday.
Yeah, usually how I've been seeing these work is they start off with like predetermined farms that get the emissions when the emissions start, based off of probably like TVL or partnerships or something, and then eventually when the platform has enough volume in TVL, then they'll probably open some type of like governance tab or voting thing where anyone that's staking min tokens has voting power to vote on which pools get emissions. Like and it's not like all emissions. They'll be like this vote is on like 30% of the emissions, and they still have a predetermined 70% for like the big players. But if you control that other 30%, then you can pretty much pump the APR super high on your own pool. Because that's what's going on Phantom right now. Is the different protocols basically are using solidly to pump APRs into their own protocol. And then and I think in the end it's really going to be all about swap fees in the end. The emissions are a starting phase for DeFi, and that's not going to last. It's going to be all about just swap fees. So like when the total market cap gets like 10 trillion or whatever someday, and people are freaking using these dexes all day every day, everyone is, then the volume's going to be super high, and you won't need emissions anymore because the APR from just swap fees alone will be good enough.
Yep.
So that's where DeFi's headed. Like emissions is just that's literally just to get yourself up and running. That's all.
Yep. Yeah. Sunday Swap, they're only doing emissions for the first 6 months. So, we're about 6 weeks, I think, into their 6-month emission schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure exactly what MinSwap's total emission schedule is going to be. But hey, we've got a couple of dexes going.
This guy said, Mike, he said, I'm a bit of a downer, but I'm looking forward to an upswing in feelings. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Nice. What, Meld? What's Meld site? Is it just Meld dot something?
Meld.
Meld.com?
I think so.
Meld.com. Welcome to the banking stack for DeFi.
Yeah, Meld, I really like what they got going on as a lending platform. Right now, the only thing that is set up on their app was people that had Meld could stake a lockup period to get a 15% return. You had to lock your Meld for 12 months. That expired, but you can still do a 6-month lockup for 12%. But I opted not to do the 12-month. I may do a little bit in the 6-month. I'm not sure yet. Right now they only have one Cardano wallet that works their site, which is the NAMI wallet, which I'm not fond of. So at the moment, I'm just sitting on my Meld until a different wallet alternative comes up. But they've got 40 million in Meld tokens that people have locked up so far.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's going to be like that at first because there's not many protocols out there.
Right.
So, like, there's just going to be a fuck ton of money shuffled into, like, a handful at first. And those will be considered, like, the blue chips, that people get used to. And then when the APRs start going down and new ones start popping up, everyone will abandon those. And then they'll always come back to them because they'll probably be the most functional at the end.
Yep.
So that's how that's going to play out over the next year on Cardano.
What I really like about them is they have what they call genius loans. When you lock up your ADA to take a loan against, they yield farm out your ADA. And, once you pay back your loan, then the smart contract releases your ADA back to you. But
with the bonus,
with the yield farming that they do, half of the revenue that gets generated goes to pay the principal on your loan. So It's a self-paying loan.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If the farming APR outweighs the interest and your farm doesn't drop in value, then that would be a good move.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is if you're in a market like right now and you get fucked and liquidated.
Yep.
And that's probably what is happening with a lot of the lending protocols I've seen. Is so many people got liquidated that their token price crashed so big that nobody wants to go near it anymore.
Yeah. They've got something built in that there's a buffer against getting liquidated to give you a chance on fast market moves, so that you get a chance to get caught up before you get liquidated. It buys you like 3 or 4 days or something like that. So it's not an immediate liquidation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to add and build new things to prevent stuff like that, but like the people in crypto don't know what they're doing though. So it doesn't matter how many safeguards they put in place. There's always going to be those retards that don't know what the fuck they're doing and throw all their money in there and then don't pay attention and then eventually get liquidated because they thought that they could come back in 6 months and have a fortune sitting there.
Right.
So definitely DeFi is not really made for people that don't know anything about it and that don't pay attention to it, because you can get fucked up real quick in this game.
Yep.
You could lose half of your shit overnight in most of these protocols. But that's the pain that we got to go through to build this thing out the right way, I guess. So.
Yep. Ardana is another. They're a stable coin protocol that's going to be coming to Cardano. They're going to be doing an ISPO here shortly. I'm waiting for an announcement of when it's going to start so I can shift my stake over to some of their pools. But they've got some interesting things coming down the pipe. A lot of people are comparing them to Curve and MakerDAO as a combined protocol. So we'll have to see what goes on with that too. But it's getting a lot of traction in the Cardano community. So that's the next big ISPO that I'm eagerly waiting on.
What's the site for that one?
Is it Ardana.io?
Or how do you spell it?
Ardana.
Ardana.org.
Yeah.
So
But they're building out a cool little community education site too, and they've
first stablecoin ecosystem, huh?
Yep. I think it's DUSD is what it's going to be.
So this is the first one, huh? Get ready for a shit ton more.
The two biggest ones I've seen so far are DUSD and DJED, which IOHK handed all the paperwork over to Coddy, and they pretty much did all the research and everything for DJED as an algorithmic stablecoin and turned it over to Coddy and said, "Here, you guys run this project," which is like, wow. They just freaking handed it over to them because they figured it would be something good for the ecosystem. And I guess they weighed a few different protocols before they gave it to Coddy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on I think on Phantom we have like 10 or 11 like actual legit stable coins that have mass liquidity.
Wow.
Well, like I use a majority of them too. Like I don't just use like USDC all the time. I use all of them pretty much. It just really depends on what platform you're on, because I mean, it's all based on what the liquidity is on the DEX.
So they're pretty platform specific.
I mean, in Phantom, they're kind of. I mean, a few of them are platform specific, but most of them are pretty much on every platform now. Because you got, of course, you got USDC, you got Tether, you got DAI, and then there's Mim and My and what are the other ones called? Frax and I don't know. There's too many to think of, but like there's just going to be a lot of these type of projects probably that come along. So it's just hard for me to invest in stuff like this until I know, like, I don't know. I need to know more. I need to see more.
Well, that's kind of why I've really been trying to target lots of projects that are doing the ISPOs, because essentially it lets me be a venture capitalist.
Mm-hmm.
I can delegate to pools, and I give up my ADA reward for my delegation for tokens in projects that I think could be huge. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm giving money away like the old ICOs back in 2018.
Oh yeah, no.
Here's my $500 and it's worth $1.
Honestly, the way they do ICOs or whatever you want to call them now, the way they do them now is actually super profitable if you can get in them usually, because they use a bunch of different types of ICOs now. Like now there's like stuff called like LGEs and stuff where it's like a liquidity event on a certain exchange. So basically the price drops dramatically quickly and people buy all the way down and then it finds like a fair value.
Yep.
So basically instead of people getting wrecked over time, they just tell you straight up, don't get in right away if you don't want to get wrecked.
Yep.
And then after like a couple days, like that initial phase that DEXs usually go through where their token crashes for like months on end, it only takes like 1 day now if you do it that way. and then after that day, everyone getting in will be happy because the token will probably go just stay flat for a while people accumulate and eventually go up.
Yeah.
But there's this one I was in called where is it? Oath. They did a really cool way of distributing. So they did an LGE, but fucking sick. Take the oath. So basically, they had like a few days where they gave discounts based on like NFT holdings of certain projects and stuff. So you could buy shares at like a discounted price, and those shares are vested. And so each day, or over the vesting period, you can claim oath. Just it keeps accumulating over the whole 57 days. And so like I think I put in like maybe 1,000 Phantom into it, and I've already claimed probably 5,000 worth of Phantom already, and I still have 57 days left.
Wow. Well, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so basically what I've been doing with it is I just come over to Solidex and then where is it? Here it is. Oath FTM. So I just throw the oath. I just pair some Phantom up with some oath here, and I just keep throwing it in here. And 174% APR is like it's pretty good. It's decent. But the rewards tokens have been like doing actually really well compared to the market. So that's something you always have to look out for too with farming is just how are the rewards tokens like maintaining value, or are they continually just getting dumped and dumped and dumped? Because then the APRs will just keep going down, 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 and then TVL will drop and drop and drop, and eventually, not a good place to be at that point. So,
Gotcha.
just stuff you gotta look out for. But yeah, there's definitely some cool like ICO type events that you can get into, these token generation stuff, and I think those might be the most profitable way to make money in crypto, like trading cryptos now. Because I'm not so sure you're gonna make like 100x from buying something that's already on the market anymore.
No, Meld, I want to say their private sale, and I think even a public sale that U.S. residents couldn't participate in. They were selling for. What's it? I've looked at so many lately. I want to say it was 3.5 cents a piece. And when Meld first went live after their ISPO, it was trading up around 35 cents. So it was almost like an immediate 10x for people that got in on the private sale. But I mean, even at the 10 to 15 cents that it's holding right now, that's still a pretty good deal. I mean, shoot, I got enough Meld tokens for my ISPO. It far outweighed the ADA rewards that I gave up. I'm still solid 4 digits in the valuation of my Meld bet.
Nice.
So there's some good opportunities out there, and even at Sunday Swap, it's holding about 36 cents or whatever. And I mean, that lasted 5 epochs, and I got enough Sunday tokens that I think I got about 1,200 or so that I still got to go in and claim and do something with. So I mean, even that was like $400 for 25 days of delegation.
Yeah.
Which, it's not a big barn burner, but come on, for a second there, it looked like Sunday Swap was going to hit $1. But their percents are down to about 74% because it's spread across the 4 farms.
What's the ratio? It's almost 2 to 1 right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, honestly. If I mean, if you're at a 2 to 1 ratio with Cardano, man, that's a good time to be getting in farms right now, probably.
Yeah. Look at the LQ ratio for liquid finance.
Is that on here? Or?
Yeah, just change the Sunday to LQ.
Oh, on here?
Yep.
LQ. Oh, wow. It's like, what is that? Like nothing? Basically free?
No, it's you got to look at it kind of the other way. 1 LQ is worth 110 ADA right now.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. Oh wow, fuck.
It's running about 85 bucks.
What's the total supply supposed to be on that? LQ.
Is it 21 million? I think.
Q. This one. Is it liquid? Is this it?
Yep, that's it.
Tokenomics.
I want to say it's small. Might be 21 million, something like that.
They do 70%. Oh wow. I don't think it's gonna be very 21 months. Oh, so yeah, no wonder why it's so much. Core team DAO community. But that's a low supply, that's why.
Yeah. That's why
but
million.
it's still it's still I wouldn't buy it right now for sure.
No.
Cuz that I mean the first few months is when it has the highest emissions, so that's when the token is going to be dropping the most. After like it could go up more, but after that initial surge in APR, people are gonna funnel into it, and it will drop quick. So then price will drop as people start getting out again.
Thought about picking up a couple just so that I can play around with the Sunday swap yield farming, and get some play around with the rewards and stuff on the Sunday site. But also they have a partnership with ADA. So everybody that holds at least one liquid finance token, you can go to Drip Drops IO, and when you claim your Epoch drips, you get 10 free Ardana, or not Ardana, but ADA, which is a whole nother DeFi lending.
This one? Oh, that's not.
No, it's got a Z instead of the S.
Drip drops. Drippy drops. So what is this for? Is this what you're talking about, or is this something different?
No, that looks like it. It's
Drip
a
it.
it's a fire hose deal. You can put in your wallet address, and they've got all kinds of meme coins and stuff like that. But it's actually Drip Drops. It's used as a token distribution deal, which I think makes it more economical fee wise for a lot of companies. So Sunday Swap is doing their drop for their rewards through Drip Drops.
There's quite a few of these sites now, I think FTM Guru, yeah, basically the same shit. And then Disperse app, that's a Phantom Disperse one. But I think this one has a token similar model to this one. I noticed over chains, like, so Phantom's the most developed besides Ethereum, and maybe they're up there with like Binance and AVAX and Matic probably in terms of DeFi. But like I've already seen it all, so I know exactly what all these platforms are. They're just copies of everything else on all the other chains. Yeah, they're just trying to improve little things here and there. But that's why I just choose to stay on one chain now. I'm not. There's no point for me to go over to other chains because I already got my feet dug in where I'm at. So, but I think that's where most people are at now. They kind of just stick to one chain mostly.
They have their favorites. Because there will be room for multiple in the future. It's not going to be one.
Yeah, I just found it not to be that profitable if you're on too many chains, because you would not be able to keep up.
Yeah, it's not enough to one chain.
Like, I like to put all my money to work in crypto, and so I can't be on like 5-6 different chains, because then I got to keep up with like 6 different ecosystems and 6 different types of wallets and whatever. Yeah. And then you got to worry about like bridging funds back and forth, and that's just a pain in the butt. So. But we'll see where we're at in like a year.
The current ISPO that I am in is for Empower. I think it's empower.io. And it's a real estate deal.
Empower or
No, Empower. Instead of the ER, it's an A.io.
Empower. Build it back better.
It's essentially African real estate because of the housing crisis that's in Africa, and Cardano's big in Africa. So you can use your Empower tokens to buy these cards, which then go into like a balancer pool for people on the other end to borrow against to build houses. And then once the houses get built and they get rented out, the rent gets shifted back into the balancer program, and then you get royalties and rewards off of the rent. So it's kind of my
That's dope.
Yeah, it's kind of my dark horse. I think it's it's going to take a little bit to kind of get.
Man, I honestly that real estate idea, I swear I've been thinking about that for so long. Like someone needs to do that. Someone needs to get that like an actual platform that people can use. Because I've seen a lot of real estate tokens and stuff like that, but they're not usable and stuff. So
yeah. So these are the free ones that I'm collecting right now through an ISPO is Empower tokens. I really wanted to take part in their token sale, but I couldn't because I'm in the United States.
they always jip us at everything.
They do.
And it's funny because we're the ones that buy it on the secondary.
Right.
Because Americans are dumb and they'd rather just pay up.
So this is my filler ISPO until Ardana kicks in.
4 million EMP, 2% of total. So what is that? Two.
So multiply
200 million. Is that 200 million?
Yep.
200 million. That's not that. That's not really that much, honestly. 200 mil. One staked 88. Oh, so this is what you're staking the 88 to get the to get the EMP.
Yeah, I'm in the EMP1 pool right now with my delegation.
Is that all they did, or is this a link?
That should take you to, I think, information about their stake pool that they're running.
Oh, so they literally just give you an address to send it to?
No. In your
Or what is that?
wallets, there's a section to delegate your stake, and there's like 3,000 different stake pools that you can delegate your Cardano to.
Mm-hmm.
And so all you have to do is to participate in their ISPO is you just find their stake pools in the list, and then you just select them as the one that you want to delegate your Cardano to. So right now my delegation is going toward the EMP1 pool. So instead of getting ADA rewards, they're getting the ADA rewards so that they can use that to help fund their project. And then in exchange, I'm getting the Empower tokens. So I'm getting 0.0034 EMP per ADA that I have staked per epoch, which is every 5 days.
Man, 5-day epoch. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen 5-day epochs, but I'm used to like shorter ones. I'm used to seeing shorter ones because I think usually they do shorter epochs because they know people are just impatient. But I think longer epochs are the way to go if you want people to stick around. First of all, they're forced to stick around for a while, but they're also there to learn about it while they're stuck there, and then they end up wanting to stay.
Yep.
So I don't think it's a horrible model, but hopefully you get fucking 100x on this one.
Be nice.
You need a win over here.
Well, so far I've had a pretty good win with Meld.
Oh, true, Meld, yeah. And you said you were gonna pick up a few LQ or.
I might, just so that I can, you know, start to play around a little bit, so that I can learn and make my own stupid mistakes and lose a bunch of money, and, you know, do that number.
You got Sundays too, right?
Guys. I do have free Sunday tokens, so I'll probably jump into the Sunday ADA pool, since my Sunday tokens were free to me. And, you know, play around. That'll get me some extra Sunday tokens in addition to % of the pool. But that's pretty crazy. They've got, you know, 27+ million ADA locked up in that pool. The 24-hour volumes are down a little bit, but man, the last like few days, the Meld volumes have been up. But usually Sunday it's had like 1.5 million to almost 2 million for 24-hour ADA volumes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I think Cardano's gonna be like one of the best. It'll probably end up being one of the best ecosystems in the end, to be honest, because I don't know, just like they waited so long. People have been waiting so long, and like if they actually come out and the ecosystem's like just awesome, and they already have built that huge community, like that's the only thing that they need to bring is developer incentives, because that's what really builds up your ecosystem quick, because it brings all the best developers over to your chain, and then
well, they have Project Catalyst, which is a Cardano ecosystem voting platform. So if people really want to build something, they can submit that they want to build on Project Catalyst, and then people vote on them, and then the treasury that IOHK has set up, which has I don't know how many billions of dollars in that treasury, they get an allocation out of that treasury to work on building their project.
Nice.
It's a cool ecosystem. I'm excited for it, you know, over the next 2, 3, 5 years. It's going to be crazy. But I got another site for you. Go to Messari.io. MESSARI.
ME or MI?
ME.
MESSARI. IO?
Yep.
Oh.
So this looks at like a lot of different
What is all this?
Yeah, it's kind of like I've kind of tootled around on it a little bit, and it kind of reminds me of like a Glassnode type stuff with just more stuff.
With just every chain and
yeah,
wow.
It's got a lot on it. But if you look at
what's real, reported versus real. Where's Cardano at?
Which one is that?
Volume. I guess they probably wouldn't be on here yet, probably.
Actually, they should be. Let's see which one. So it's 24-hour real.
Oh, never mind. Here, they're number 17.
17.
Right behind Matic and Thor and Shiba and Cosmos.
So they're down a little bit from what I saw. If you find transactional volume, which I don't know.
Is that in the same thing or?
I don't know when I
Oh,
pull it
top
up on my
assets. DeFi. Wait, which one did you say?
it's transactional volume.
Oh shit, not that one. Transactional bot. Oh, what the heck?
Just try clicking the data tab at the top. See what that brings up.
Brett, it just brings this up. Transaction. Oh my gosh. I don't know about all that.
And all kinds of stuff on there.
Volume.
Might be just under volume. Ported volume, turnover.
Real reported. Oh, you're talking about like transactions per day, right?
I think so. They've been higher than Bitcoin. Cardano's been leading.
Yeah, where's that at? I've seen that somewhere. Sorry. Well, they probably have it on DeFi Llama. Chains. Volume. TX. Huh.
Oh, where is it?
It's a good question. I don't really know where people look at that kind of stuff. Maybe it's on Glass. Maybe it's just on Glassnode. I feel like there's a way to look at it though.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my chain activity.
Chain activity on here or on
Masari.
On here. Chain activity.
Oh, there it is. Go down 2.
Oh,
yep.
There.
There you go. Transactional volume.
Here we go.
36.4 billion to
Whoa.
28.3. And Ethereum's 6.
What is? Oh, that's just the amount of money. What does that even mean? Transaction volume. Like, what's the difference between that and
real volume? I have no idea.
Like, that's a huge difference. 225 million versus 36 billion.
Right.
This is how much money has been funneled through smart contracts in DeFi platforms, right?
I could be. I haven't had a chance to figure it out.
Yeah, because it says smart contracts, so that means that that's like that's like bot arbitrage usually. Which that'd be insane if they already have that much. Fuck.
But I mean, come on, look at Ethereum only has 6.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what that means really.
I don't know.
Transaction volume. I'm like it would make more sense if it was like transaction. Like
transactions.
Yeah, like the amount of transactions.
That's what I thought it was at first, till I saw the dollar sign and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Because then I don't really understand what the difference is between those.
Well, it's just like Bitcoin's real volume is 5.7 billion, but its transactional volume is 28 billion.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why is that? Real volume, transaction volume.
Might have to dig around on the site just to see if it's got a glossary or something of what the different stuff is.
It's like, what is all this? Transaction. Where's Phantom? Phantom didn't make the list, huh? Wait, Phantom's not on here. What the hell? Oh, they don't have all the. They don't even have all the chains on this one.
That's interesting.
They only have like old shit like Neo and Digibyte, Tron, Zcash. Yeah, what is all this crap? They need to update this. You know what I think? I think a Cardano maxi made this site, and then they just fudged a bunch of numbers in here.
Maybe.
They're like, 225 million, and then they come over here. They're like, 36 billion.
Yep.
Because like, what the hell? That's insane.
Cardano's number 5 if you go to real volume.
I mean, that's still good. I'm just saying, like, that's nothing near 36 billion.
Right.
So that has to mean something else. I don't know how it would, even if it did mean something else, that whatever it is, that's still a fuck ton of volume.
Yeah. I'll have to dig into it.
Maybe. Let's see, what's this one? Smart contract platforms. Current inflation. Real volume. Yeah, I think this one's more accurate probably, because right now it's all about getting your money out, right? Not getting it in. And everyone's funneling out through Ethereum or putting it into TUSD and Terra, because basically by minting their stable coin, you burn Terra. So hence that's why Terra's been doing so good. It's because everyone's getting stables. So changed in the last 30 days, up 74%. Everything else crushed.
Wow.
That's why.
Phantom number 6.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just because they're DeFi. They have the best DeFi out of any chain probably. Even Ethereum. Ethereum's DeFi is not, like, they have good DeFi, but it's unusable. So Phantom is like, has like the same shit, but it doesn't cost a fuck ton to use. And then AVAX is pretty good. Terra is basically just like a stable coin like fucking just printer. And then Solana is VC funded, and I don't support it anymore. Polkadot I stay away from. I don't go anywhere near. Cosmos, it might be okay, but it's not connected to any of the chains I use, so I don't use it. Cardano probably be good. Tron, no. Waves, no. This one I hear a lot of, but I don't use any of these. This one, everyone just like lost everything they had on, so that's never gonna recover, because no, even if it was the best product in the world, it lost all respect off the bat, so nobody's ever gonna get into that now.
EOS is still around.
Yeah, still around. Like, man, Zilliqa, I really thought Zilliqa was going to make moves this last year. in the DeFi space. Never did shit. Opened up like a crappy swap, and that was it. Really disappointing with Zilliqa. I hear a lot about stacks, but I think that's like it's too connected to Coinbase, so I don't get involved with those. And Tezo's still around. What else is good? I don't know. What is it called? Harmony's. I think Harmony's done pretty well.
Yeah.
I honestly been thinking about picking up some Harmony at these prices because I don't know. That's what is it at right now? 12 cents. It's still pretty undervalued probably, but some of these chains up here, I just don't understand how they're still so high up here.
Yeah.
Like does Waves really have that many users? I haven't looked at Waves in a long time, but last time I heard about Waves was like 2017.
Yeah.
So it's like, how the fuck do they have 2.7 billion market cap? It's just because it's been around forever, or does it actually have something going on? Man, that's
leftover bags.
That's the thing about crypto. It's like that's why I stick to one chain or a couple chains because I can't keep track of all this shit. Now there's way too much going on. There's so many chains. I haven't even looked at any of these for years.
Yeah.
Like that's just a whole job in itself, just keeping up to date on the entire ecosystem altogether. Like what's Clay? I don't even know what that is.
I've heard it mentioned a few times, but I have no freaking clue.
It's like almost 3 billion market cap. It's crazy. Never even heard of it. Clay. Clayton. Do they have a website? That's not it. Twitter? No. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot going on. That's why I can see why YouTubers like Cryptos R Us and people like that do like super general information based channels because they can't dive into they can't dive into everything.
Yep.
They might dive into like a project here and there that they hear people talking about and want to know about, but like other than that, all they say is, "Oh, these ones are probably good, and these ones are like not as good," and so just DCA. That's like all they ever tell you. Which I mean, it's not terrible advice, but like,
yeah,
that's like super generalized information where someone new into the space, if that's all you tell them, that's what they're gonna do. And when the market gets crushed, then they're gonna stop doing that and they're gonna sell at a loss because you just told them to keep buying and never sell. Like it's cool to DCA, but you also got to DCA out sometimes. I mean, so I think a lot of people just try to go for like the 100x is too much. They try to play the lottery and win big, but I don't know. That those opportunities are definitely still around, but it's not like back in the day where you can throw $1,000 into like literally any coin that came out and made 100x in like a week or
Yeah.
something.
It was like throwing darts at a board. It didn't matter what you hit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But yeah, I like the ecosystem better now. I mean, you're not going to make as much money. I mean, you can definitely make a lot of money still, but it's just you got to be patient now. It's a long, now you got to play the long game, I think.
Yeah. Especially with the market that we're in right now. I don't
Yeah.
think we thought it was going to go as deep and as long as it has.
Oh, hell no. I don't think anyone did. Like even this, like the stock market is, man,
It's shit.
I don't know what to look. I look at this is probably the best chart out of any the fuck? Apple. Probably the only thing that's like somewhat held up. What was that one? Fucking Facebook. Facebook.
Face plant.
You look at it and you're like, oh, I held up pretty good. And then you're like, oh wait, what the fuck? Look at it. There's just a fat gap there.
That giant fat gap.
But then when you actually pull out, it's like, man, like I don't know. If I were a stock trader, I don't know. This is probably the time to be accumulating again, because I mean, that was 2 years of accumulation in this range already. So, I mean, I think all the markets are just doing the same shit, where they all had big runs up and they're all just coming back to test previous levels. And I mean, people can blame it on whatever they want to blame it on, but in the end of the day, it's all about money and people taking profits, and then reaccumulation happens and it starts all over. I mean, it's really just all about money in the end.
With what's going on in the world, commodities are pretty good. Some of the uranium stocks are doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, remember
URA and UEC are the two big ones that I got in my retirement account.
URE?
URA.
URA. Uranus. Wait, why is it on a Bittrex?
You're on crypto. You got to go to all.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. The New York Stock Exchange.
Yep, that's it.
Man, I swear, weren't you talking about this one like years ago?
Yep.
Could have sworn.
Did you? 2018.
Yeah, you were talking about it like, I swear you were talking about it like down here.
Yep, I was.
You were like, we should be picking up this uranium, man.
Hey,
but I mean, I never did like stock stuff, so. But
look at the volume.
Yeah, fuck. Man, did you ever buy any, or did you not?
Yeah, I started getting into it around $10. I missed the little dip, but
that's still a good
started DCAing after it broke out of this big giant downward wedge that it finally, came topside out of. But
so you hold the
green energy, it's it's a huge deal. Nuclear power.
Are you going to request the physical?
Yes.
They just deliver it to your house. Oh man.
But that's URA. Look up UEC.
UEC.
Which is kind of funny because right before Christmas, they're a they're a uranium mining company, and they actually bought a giant chunk of land in Wyoming that I guess Russia owned under some conglomerate that they had. But it's been going nuts the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it probably could go up higher, honestly. Might have a last run up. Might have its last push up over here before any moves down, maybe. Because I mean, It's a little over. It's not really oversold yet, or not overbought. I mean, not oversold.
But they got earnings reports this week, which will be interesting to see after, because they bought that land in cash that they had on hand. I forget how many tens of thousands of acres in Wyoming.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man, the commodities. I'm glad I was stacking. I've been stacking that silver and gold, man.
Yeah, they've been doing good too.
I mean, obviously they're not going like this yet, but I think they probably will eventually.
Yep. I think silver is still the better play of the two.
Oh yeah, I have way more silver than I do gold. Gold is just. I mean, it's good store of value because it's you can store a lot of value in a small spot, but unlike silver where you gotta have a fucking shit ton of it and it's heavy as hell.
Yep.
But maybe someday you won't have to have a shit ton of it. Or if I do have a shit ton of it, I better get a fucking I don't know, like a bodyguard or some agents or something.
Yeah. Well, so with technology, silver's just going to keep getting more and more important.
Mm-hmm. Man, where is it?
Platinum in the catalytic converters. That's why all the crackheads are stealing freaking cats off of people's cars. I think Gina and I figured it out. For about every 7 cats, I think you get about an ounce of platinum. And it's trading up around like
platinum.
900 or $1,000 an ounce.
I almost thought about getting a few ounces, but I got silver instead. It's enticing though when you're on there just looking around. Platinum does look pretty cool. But I don't know. Max says Italian truckers declare force force majeure. Italian truckers. Looks like they're doing the same shit as what Canada did. They're gonna halt deliveries starting Monday. Wow. Over gas pains. They don't want to pay the gas. Oh shoot.
I'll tell you what, $7 a gallon for diesel is going to hurt truckers moving stuff around the United States.
Oh yeah, I think people, man, if you didn't get somewhat prepared already, then man, better start getting out there and get something going, because like if truckers stop, then supply chains stop and we're fucked.
Yep.
That would not be looking pretty. Like COVID, the COVID toilet paper runs would look like child's play compared to what would happen.
Yeah. How's Dante's Symphony doing?
Oh, Dante Symphony.
Yeah, on Beethoven. Is it getting enough votes?
Yeah, I was about to look at it. Let's see here. Round 5. Yeah, still got
Third.
11.9%. It's pretty good. That means that let's see. Yeah, this is for 30% of all Beats emissions. So 12% of 30% is, I don't know, a couple percent, like 3 point something. Which isn't bad. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a single pool, like that's pretty, it's not bad at all. But worst perform. Wait, what? Worst performer. Positive. What? Yeah, APRs are down though. I mean, obviously prices aren't doing good, so. But let's see. Yeah, still decent. And
figures.
What's that?
Said it's still 3 figures.
Yeah, anything over 100 is, especially when you're in one with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like those ones are always usually like super low, like 10% or something like that. So if you can find pools that have Bitcoin and Ethereum in them and still are over 100%, and it's usually what I look for. For my safe play, because really the most volatile things in here is Beats and Phantom, but that's only 30% of the pool. So that 70% up here is like probably half as volatile as these ones. So doesn't affect it too bad. And then in terms of Statera, that one in the pool. So yeah, so this is a wrap Statera to Statera. So it stayed pretty much at peg. I mean, it's had huge swings, but that's when the arbitrage bots come in, and that's when you get massive swap fees, because they come in and arb happens, and on this token, on every transaction, there's a burn of like 1% or something. So it's pretty deflationary. So it's constantly, the bots are constantly just burning this shit all day long. And then UST. Yeah, it definitely took a beating though, for sure, over this. I mean, I already know why, because you can tell why, because I'm in the pool that everyone else was in up here, and I saw the big whales that all exited at the same time. So, but I don't really give a shit, because I got down like right here, so they can go fuck off. I'll buy more. like this ain't shit to me. You could drop it all the way back to almost 1 cent, and I wouldn't care. Because once you break up LPs, that's when people like screw up in DeFi, in my opinion. Because it kind of works like a locked token, kind of, where the value of the liquidity tokens increases the longer you're in the pool. So like if you keep getting in and getting out and getting in, you're missing out on like a ton of what providing liquidity is actually all about. So I don't really get. That's just impatience and people like chasing APRs, and usually those people never last long. So, but yeah, looks like it just came back to retest pretty much here. So yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, it's been doing pretty good. And then I just got into on Tomb. So they opened Tomb Swap finally, where they finally have their own swap and you can like their own liquidity. So I got into Tomb My, which is so My is a stable coin, and then Tomb is supposed to be pegged to FTM. But when I got into this, it was like way below peg because Phantom crashed and everyone is just panic fucking selling everything. So I traded a bunch of Phantom when it got to like 0.89 Phantom or 0.89 Phantom for one Tomb, and now it's 0.95, so it's going back up. Just people being stupid. And so I got into that, and then I threw some USDC, swapped it for paired it with the Tomb. And man, I think my farm's like already up a few thousand in like a day in value. And then I've already taken out a few hundred in profits, and I mean 307% APR. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I kind of want prices to stay down so people don't get back in yet. It's like, let me farm first. They never let me accumulate.
Right on.
Honestly, I'd be happy if we just like went sideways for like 3 months. Like, give me 3 months to accumulate as much as I fucking can and compound my farms as much as I can. Yeah. And then let's go up. So that's gonna be my strategy, is basically just compounding what I have in the farms, the rewards back into my farms over and over and over. And then I'll use some of my other farms rewards to stack more Phantom as much as I can, more AVAX, and possibly some more Ethereum and Bitcoin. And yeah, it's basically what I'm going to do.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan.
Yeah, because I already got too much going on already, so I can't be fucking around like ISPOs and all that stuff.
Right on.
But it's definitely interesting. I like to listen to you talk about your stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like this gig that we do. Kind of gives everybody a chance to see, what's going on through somebody else's eyes and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm. Now, if we can just get a good old Jacob back in here.
Andrew's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, Andrew, you still here?
Yeah, I just been listening and working on something.
Andrew's working on some projects.
Ooh. Super secret ninja stuff, it sounds like.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Are you gonna farm on Sunday, or are you gonna farm on Min?
Min.
Min swap?
Do a little bit of meld and ADA on Min, just to kind of see what it's about. But I'll probably do some other stuff on Sunday. We're still kind of limited.
Man, let's see. Sunday.
Use my
Min looks pretty good. Coming on the 14th, yield farming. Wait, that's in 3 days.
Yep, Monday.
Oh man, you better get your stuff ready to go.
Yep.
You already have the meld and you already have the ADA. So.
Yep, I just gotta delegate, or not delegate, but provide some liquidity.
Oh! You can already provide liquidity. Oh, I see what's going
Right.
on.
Yeah, the swap part's open and ready to go.
So do you get rewarded for providing liquidity before the emissions start? Because you're the initial liquidity providers. If you guys aren't there, then they can't start the emissions. I mean,
I think they had some pre-thing that I didn't realize it was going on beforehand. That I think allowed people to maybe get in early for some extra stuff. But I'm just like you. There's so much going on. It's hard to keep track of freaking everything. So,
yeah.
But I think right now it's just if you provide liquidity, it's just the fees.
Yeah, man, I can't wait till you start using all this stuff because I want to see. I can help you out with it and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Now I might. I think I might have some time finally this weekend. We've been planning a huge vacation to Florida, so that's been taking up a little bit of my time along with some other stuff. I started a new role at work as the lead electrician, so I've had my plates full with crap outside of crypto lately.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I think I'm going to have some downtime because the weather's supposed to be crappy too. That's been the other thing. Yard work as a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'll be able to sit down and play around with some stuff. I got to set up another wallet for the DeFi stuff. So,
yeah, no rush. I mean, I'm here.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing around and just start out with a little bit, see what kind of stuff I can generate, and then go from there.
Meld.com.
Yep.
So they got Meld. Wait, they got Matic on here.
They're an Matic bridge. So yes, Matic will be tied into the Meld protocol.
Actually, that would be big.
Yep. Because it'll tie in Ethereum too.
Well, it doesn't just tie in Ethereum. It ties in Ethereum, it ties in Matic, it ties in Phantom, it ties in AVAX, it ties in like a bunch of chains. Harmony, and basically any EVM compatible chain would be able to eventually use that bridge to get into ADA probably.
Yep.
I think yeah, the bridging is just we're early in the bridging phase. Like they're still trying to figure out just how to go from EVM to EVM. Man, and now they're starting to do EVM to non-EVM, so like things are getting crazy now.
Exciting things coming.
Yeah, what's that one called? All Bridge? I think is that the Solana to Ethereum one?
Maybe.
I think they had a Solana to a way to moving liquidity between EVM, non-EVM, and L2 blockchains. So kind of similar, I guess. Yeah, this one has pretty much most chains. I don't see Cardano though yet.
I don't see Phantom either.
Oh, here it is. Phantom's right here.
I'm just blind.
Maybe these are all EVM. No, this one, Terra's not EVM. QB's not. I don't think QB's EVM. And CeeLo's not. And I don't know what this one is. But yeah, bridges are, man, they're actually getting decent now. Decent. Maybe the bridge tokens are going to be worth a lot, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know enough about them.
Like the multi-chain token, I want to say his like, man, it might be one of the best performing that I've seen. They have a lot of they have a shit ton of chains. Holy hell. I mean, obviously you can't just bridge anything from like to any other chain. They have to be there has to be a bridge available. So they'll give you like the option like or let's see. Gosh dang it. So like I'm on Phantom, so then you choose I can only go to these from Phantom, right? So that's kind of why I stick with AVAX and Matic and Binance and Phantom and ETH. Because I know those five I can get my money to and from within a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Like literally in a matter of seconds. That's crazy.
They have a protocol coming out on Cardano. It was called Ada Finance, which was a Cardano Avalanche dual chain, but they just went through a rebranding. I think just because there's so many things called Ada. So it's actually going to be it's Acta Finance. They just finished their rebranding through Twitter and all that over the last couple of days, but it doesn't even look like they got their site updated yet.
Powered by Cardano and Avalanche.
Yeah, so it'll be a dual. It'll be interesting to see how those two kind of cohabitate on the same platform.
Yeah. I've been stacking Avalanche. Stacking those lanches.
You know what does it say up there under DeFi Suite?
Adify Launchpad incubates projects that build on Cardano or Avalanche. Ooh. Swap. Margin trading. Staking, farming. Take the required amount and claim.
There's so much coming. It's hard to keep track with it all.
Yeah, I mean, this one kind of looks more like a traditional AMA kind of.
There's like literally 200 plus different projects that are still in the build mode, getting ready to come out on Cardano.
I will say on Cardano, their UI is like way more smooth and clean and like new.
Yeah, what surprised me is for as popular and as much money goes through Curve, it's like freaking Atari 2600 UI.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Just brutal looking at it. It's like, what the hell is
crazy. Yeah. Because on Phantom, it's like we have like the best developers, right? Back end developers. We don't have any good front end, which means all the sites look like utter shit. And the ones that are meant to look like utter shit, they did that on purpose. And those were the only good ones, good front end developers. So there's almost no platforms on Phantom that like look good like this, other than maybe like Beethoven. But
yeah, I like the look in the interface that Beethoven has.
like they have a more clean like style and like I don't know. I mean, they're getting better. They're getting better, but like Curve is.
It's horrible.
Like, that ain't no Web 3. That's like Web 1.
Yeah.
It's like Web 0.
That's like freaking Macintosh old school computer in frickin' elementary school.
Honestly, the first time I came on here, I was so confused. It was so overwhelming. I was like, what is all this? I was like, where do I go? What do I do?
Yeah, it's not a great. I've tried playing around on it a little bit just to try and see if I could understand what the hell's going on. And
So I thought it was like a traditional farm when I first got, so I was like super confused. And then I realized, oh wait, this is just a pool factory where you can make a pool, and then this is where the V3 curve, model came from, is basically anyone can make their own pool, and then through the V curve voting governance model, that's where the emissions come from, and you can, if you own the power, then you own the best pools. But so like MIM, like they basically got a shit ton of curve, which they then converted into like convex, which is basically just curve. And man, somehow they got like one of the best liquidity pools. And so even after that Frog Nation crap and all that stuff just crumbled, MIM's still holding strong, pegged to $1. Just because they just had the fucking biggest incentives over here.
that's crazy.
But like what all these are is pools where you use the LPs on other platforms. You're not using the LPs here. These are just pools. These aren't farms. But there's also a cool thing where like say you have a pool that you made like MIM, then Abracadabra can give bonus incentives. So it would be more like a farm, but you don't like claim. Well, you do claim the rewards here, but you're using the LP tokens elsewhere. Like the LP tokens, you don't have to keep them here.
So could you go into that first one and you can actually add MIM, FUSDT, and USDC to become part of that pool and get LP tokens, and then you can go somewhere else.
Yeah, so you deposit your MIM, Tether, and USDC, and then you deposit it in the pool, and then you'd get your LPs, and then you'd come to like not here. You come to somewhere where you can use those LPs, like on Liquid Driver, and you find 3 pool V2, and it uses that same MIM Tether USDC LP from Curve. They just call it Magic Land because it has MIM in it, but yeah, so then you would enter it here at 13% APR. So you're getting that 13% emissions of Liquid Driver token, but you would still be getting fucking A, dude. You would still be getting that base 1.89 for being in the pool, just the swap fee APR, the base APR. And then if they had any extra incentives from Abracadabra, which looks like they took it all off because, they're not doing good anymore. So.
Huh.
But yeah, that's why these are popular, because you're basically just like double dipping or triple dipping. And that's why Phantom has the biggest DeFi ecosystem.
With all the different things that are out there, say you provide to a pool and it's like, okay, where the hell do I go with my LP tokens to see if there's something else I can do? Is there something like on DeFi Llama where you can search LP tokens and it'll give you a list of different places that you have the potential to do something with them? Or Or is it
I
really like, oh, I think I saw something somewhere?
Nah, I mean, it usually works in the reverse way. So you would be like, "Oh, I want to get into this pool, right? Oh, but
Yeah.
I need the LP tokens, but I don't know where to get them." And so usually they would have where is it? Well, there usually would be like a button that says like get LPs or something, and it would just take you straight to like where you get the LPs.
Oh, okay.
So that's usually how it worked. But now I think they took it off here because they added zap function. So instead of sending you to Curve to get the LPs, you would just click zap, and it would zap into the LPs for you without leaving the site. So it would basically, you would approve the smart contract, and the smart contract would put your money into the LPs on Curve for you, and then put them back in your wallet so that you can use them on the site.
Oh, okay.
But the only problem with that is for new people is that when you want to get out, you can't do that same option. Like you actually have to go to the site uh, and exit the pool. So that's where people get like super confused because they're like, they'll zap in, right? And they won't know what the fucking LP is in the first place because they never had to deal with any of that shit because they made it so easy. But then they didn't make it as easy to get out. So like, and then on here, that's why I think this one did really well for a while because they had this lock. You lock your token for 2 years, and you get 90% of all these different ecosystem tokens, right? But it's like I don't know. I never lock shit up anymore. Locking is never a good idea in my opinion. But so yeah, the curve. So that's the curve model. So that um, so that's that. So you get the base, you get the extra incentives, and then you also get the emissions from whatever farm you're using. But then when Andre made Solidly, he basically made it so you can do that same thing. You can make your own pool and you can do that same thing, but it's not just stable coins. Like Curve is a stable coin. That's only stable coins. Solidly, you can literally make any pool that you fucking want with any token you fucking want. And if you have the voting power to put to have the solid emissions go to your pool, then it doesn't matter if it's a scam token or not because you control the emissions on it. And so people are going to buy it regardless just to get those high APRs. And so hopefully no scams actually get control of this because that would pretty much tank the entire ecosystem altogether. But that's why it's good we have projects like SolidX and OxDAO and those ones because they basically took like a large portion of the voting power, and these projects are like already controlled by existing projects like Spooky Swap and stuff that have been around for a long time and that are trusted. And so if they have a lot of the control, that's a good thing. But the good thing about these projects is that they're giving that power to the voters on their platform. So like they have the solid voting power, but through their token called SEX, by staking their token, you'll be given the voting power that they have. So like it's a way of getting solidly voting power without locking anything up. You're just staking their token.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm seeing a lot now is like basically there will be like a main hub for pools like this, and on Solidly, so there'd be like and they're actually adding on to Curve now more than just stables now, but there'll be like a main hub for just pools, and then the V3 model kicks in where all the other projects basically make a pool on these sites and try to get as much voting power as they can. And it's just like a huge flywheel effect where money just gets funneled through all these projects and just back and forth. And that's why it's really not smart to leave LP tokens, is because you shouldn't be chasing back and forth. Just take advantage of the swap fees while everyone else is getting fucked. But yeah, it's definitely a growing ecosystem, and you're going to see all this shit probably in the next like 3 months on Cardano. So
That's what I'm hoping.
like if they're already coming out with all this stuff, oh man, Cardano is going to be fucking huge in the next year.
They've got
like I could see it overtaking like the ones that are already above up there with Ethereum already.
Is it Milkamita? Is
Milkamita
in Ethereum
Milkamita
bridge? Yeah, it's
oh
a token. It's just like a bridge, but there's lots of different protocols that are
looks
taking
like they teamed
advantage of.
up.
Is it side chains or something? Whatever's going on with this has a lot of different protocols, especially within Cardano, partnering up with it. Is it ERC20 converter or something like that? It might not actually be a bridge. It just might be just a straight convert over or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like they partnered with Multichain, the one I showed you earlier.
Yep, and they're partnered with API 3. They're partnered with a whole bunch of different Cardano.
They basically partnered with all the bridges that were currently available to basically to all the other chains. So I see what they're doing now. They're basically just using the current available bridges, and then they're gonna make Cardano like have the ability to bridge through these chains. Because I mean, all a bridge is there has to be a platform like a multi-chain or an AP3 that that basically holds like the token and gives you like a wrapped version, and then so it has to have liquidity. It has to have liquidity. So there's also liquidity providing on those platforms usually. That's why I think those bridge tokens may actually do really well, because not only is it a farm, but it's also like one of the only bridges available to use. So.
But what's funny is like it says, I don't think there's any token with it. It's just something that's running in the background.
The Milkamita one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like they don't need their own token because they're using all the other bridges. They already provide the liquidity for Milkamita. So all Milkamita is basically just a contract, like a smart contract that takes Cardano and puts it into one of their contracts and holds it there, and basically they build a wrapped version that can be sent out the other side and be sent back in to get back the original version.
I gotcha. So then API 3, which is an Oracle protocol, They're probably using that for price feeds for the wraps and stuff like that and the swaps.
Yeah. Yep.
There's so much.
So much to learn.
Well, just, things nowadays compared to 2017 and 2018, it is just insane.
Wait, I didn't even know there's someone in here watching. What is this? Please explain. They're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Yeah,
We're out in the weeds.
Have you
No
heard
one
of
would
Soul Swap?
Yeah, I've heard of Soul Swap. Soul Swap. That's on Phantom. I never got into Soul Swap. Sounded shady. No, I don't know. I think it's done pretty good, actually. Never mind, it's done terrible. 3 cents and basically crashed and dead.
It's got no soul.
I mean, 3 million TVL? Come on now. Basically dead in this market. Ah, fuck. Let's see what it is. I don't want to go back any farther. Watch this go be like way up here. Oh, I knew it. Oh, I fucking knew it. See, this is what happens in most this is what I've seen in DeFi is this happens on every project that doesn't do a newer style of ICO. Like if they do the old style and they just do like straight up emissions out the gate, this is what happens every time. Like this in a short period of time. Like that's like weeks. Like that would have sucked if you bought up here and now you're sitting at 3 cents. Like what? And then, but you'll hear the people, oh man, but it's a good buying opportunity. It's like, no, it's not, dude. Like, look at the farm APR. No one wants to get in this project even at 3 cents. Why would you? You're not going to make any money over here. It's just going to be continually losing money. I mean, you can make money if you like are trading it. You can trade it on these spikes probably, but I wouldn't farm anything like this. This is a straight up emissions token. You can tell because it'll forever go down. And it'll just go down until everyone's gone. I've been in a few projects like that. What was that one called? Skeleton finance. I wonder if they're even out there still. Let's see. They probably deleted their site by now.
That's not a good looking sign there.
Uh-oh. I'm surprised their Discord or their Twitter's still up. Yeah, it looks like they deleted their site. So audit. I bet the audit's complete, guys.
Yeah.
The audit's complete. A few weeks later, just crashes and dies. Yeah, I was looking forward to that one too. That one was shit. But yeah, this is your typical failure of a project that didn't know what they were doing and just like basically rushed out their emissions super fast, and then when they tried to keep their APRs up, they had to boost the emissions up further and even more sell off. And so if they continue to do that, then I mean it's pretty much at zero already.
Yep.
So if someone's asking thoughts on SoulSwap, that's my thoughts on SoulSwap.
It's going to go from 3 cents to 3/10 of a cent.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just going to keep, like, it'll have a few spikes when someone thinks that they're doing something smart and they're not. So
Yep.
I used to think the same thing. I'm like, oh man, only 3 cents and it's been at $1. Well, this is a great opportunity. But then if you don't actually look into like what's going on with it, like
Right.
does it even have a future? Come on now. You have to actually do the research, not just look at a chart. Max says I'm still here.
I don't think the prices on anything have freaking changed since we started our stream.
Oh, really?
On completely freaking sideways.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see. Yep, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, pretty much that's the whole day. It was just nothing. Basically nothing today.
It's like a big dick and balls with a little baby dick and balls next to it.
I did pick up more Phantom at 115. So far it's been a good buy. We'll see next week when we're down at $1.
Yeah.
When we literally probably just do one of these.
It's kind of what the market feels like right now.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep doing that. But I mean, at some point, it's not gonna do that anymore.
Yep.
But the scary part is when something crazy in the world happens, and you get like a COVID 2020 dump, and then everyone's like, "Wait a second, nothing fucking changed," and then they're like, "Oh, all right, back up," and then we go off to the races. Yeah. But that'd be insane. Like, who would actually hold through that? I guess you just have to be like not care about money, I guess. Honestly, I'd probably hold through that.
Fuck, what do you mean? We've already held through that.
Yeah, true. We held through worse than that.
2018. Holy shit.
I honestly don't know if we'll ever go through anything like that again because, like, literally prices went to nothing. Like at least there's value in the market now, where it can go down and still have value. Before it was like it gained value and then it just went to nothing again, basically. Not like Bitcoin, but like a majority of coins did. Man, I remember Ethereum was at what, like $100.
Yep.
Like man, if you can go back in time, I'd been scooping those Ethereums up. I guess I would have been scooping up anything up.
I scooped up a few.
Yeah, I did get a few there, but man, could have got a lot more.
Yeah, who would have thought that it would have made the giant freaking rocket?
But I feel like that same emotions that I was having back then and not wanting to buy because I was scared of it going down further, I feel like that's like what most people are feeling right now.
Yeah. One guy I follow on Twitter, he said everybody's been talking about what's the max pain scenario going to be coming out of this downtrend. And he said there's two critical areas everybody's watching for Bitcoin. And that was 30,000 needed to hold for a bull run continuation. But people that were in the bear market were eyeballing 20. So his max pain scenario is we're going to get some kind of a wick event that's going to go down below 30 that's going to scare the bulls to jump them out, and everybody, it's going to be sitting there at 20 waiting to scoop it up, and it ain't going to make it to 20. It's going to make it to like 23, 24, and then reverse course and go back up. So
yeah, That's
Bulls,
definitely possible for sure.
Bulls will sell, but all the Bears will miss their buy opportunity, and that'll create the Max Payne scenario. He thinks.
Yeah, that could be, but I don't know. I feel like the Max Payne scenario for this run is gonna be just what it's been doing. Is like it's just gonna continually wipe out both shorts and longs until fucking everyone gives up. And I really don't know if we're gonna have like one of those wick things. Like we might just have like a slow and just painful grind where you just go up, down, up, down, up, down, just continually until like everyone that isn't here for the long term is easily going to be out soon. Like,
They're going to lose interest.
David says,
yeah.
Thanks. We're moving my soul back into USDC. USDC.
Back into USDC. Yeah, I wouldn't be in Soul, man. It's probably a smart move. You should be getting, promising things that have use cases, things that are being used right now, things that are being built right now to be used soon. Those are the things you need to be looking for. We don't need to be, jumping into failing stuff, failing projects. Yeah, I think people get confused a lot between a failed project and an undervalued project.
Yeah.
Like, there's a pretty big difference. Like, it might look the same on the chart sometimes, but definitely a difference.
You'll be able to tell, volume, community. You got to do the research to learn all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody's talking about it, then it's a dead project.
This guy says, I have a bunch in spirit. Lost my ass in 2 ohm. Should have listened to you. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to tell him, like, people that if you chase the crowd, then you always get burnt, man. Like, you got to be the trendsetter if you want to make money anywhere in life.
Yup.
So, yeah, but the 2 ohm thing, yeah, of course, I think a lot of people got burnt in that because it was like, I don't know what it was at, but I remember looking at it one time and it was so over peg. And I was like, what the hell are people getting in this for? What? It's like, did they not learn their lesson like in the last 10 forks? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I lost 20. He says I lost 20K. Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's like the last time I looked, like ohm, it was like freaking $30 or something like that. And it was freaking a crazy town price. Back when all the DAOs were going crazy.
Yeah. He says it was overnight. It was overnight. It was probably didn't Harry said he killed 2 ohm? It was probably Harry. I told you guys don't go against Harry.
Oh.
You can't go against the guy with all the money, man. You can't jump into a forked project that what has like a couple like basement dweller like developers that no one knows of and no money behind it other than the money you guys all put in and lost. So yeah, it sucks, but you'll learn your lesson and move on. You'll have more opportunities in the future.
Are DAOs like ohm and all that stuff? Are they pretty much just freaking dying left and right?
Yeah, I don't get in any of those DAO projects anymore because the rebasing the rebasing method that almost all of them are using is just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like if you actually were in that and didn't think you were gonna lose everything eventually, then I don't know. Then I don't know what you were looking at because that shit was crazy as hell. It was like, oh, rebasing. You'll make this. How they describe it? It's like a cookie, and you get a cookie, and then you smash it into pieces, and like then basically we just give you more pieces of the same cookie, so it never gets bigger. You just get more broken pieces. It's like that's literally how what's that guy's name? What was the Frog Nation guy's name?
Danielista?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. He that's exactly how he described it. And everyone believed his ass too. That's hella funny.
Wow.
Like I don't know, looking back at it now, it's like yeah, even I kind of fell for it. But it's like man, people that stuck with it still till now that's mind-boggling to me.
I still see stuff on forums and stuff all the time. Is Wonderland dead?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So much denial, man. It's like it's been dead for a while now. It's like time to move on, man.
Yeah, kinds of people. Yeah, I got, what is it, Mimo or whatever the fuck it was. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of this still. What can I do with it? Nothing.
Nothing much. You can try and sell it somewhere, but good luck. Yeah, that's why I pretty much just stick to basically, things that I know are going to maintain their value. Things that people need in crypto. Hence, basically just layer ones mostly, and then a few protocols that have the best, most promising futures. But that's about all you can do in a bear market. I mean, until we're back in the green, shouldn't really be throwing money at anything that is not battle tested. I'd say.
Yep. Yeah, we're kind of in a nice accumulation range. Things have kind of really cooled off of their highs that, I mean, you can see from the last run up, what was some of the really big players, that had promising stuff. But now that everything's starting to get back down to a more of a reasonable discount for like projects that you missed out on type of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Time to start, building some positions and some other stuff if you want, or, continuing to add. Like I'll probably start adding more to my Cardano, probably over this weekend. Because I've been targeting that 80 cent range that I felt pretty confident it was going to eventually get there. And we're there finally.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been kind of eyeballing that $1 Phantom too.
Yeah, me too. I told myself if it gets to, or not $2, but anywhere near $1, then I'm dumping a lot in.
You think AVAX in the $70 range is good?
That one's a tough one because it was recently all the way down to 50. So like you don't fucking know, this thing you could get obliterated here and go all the way down here, $25. I mean, it really all depends on what the market does. So You basically got two, maybe. Well, you always have three options here. 1, you go down. 2, you go sideways. 3, you go up. Just your typical YouTuber. Guys, we can either go up, down, or sideways.
This is the way I look at it. If you feel it's a good valuation and it's
Yeah.
far enough down from its all-time high, it's a good place to potentially start. You know, don't freaking go all in because you really don't know what's going to happen. But, you know, start with a little bit that you feel comfortable with. Then if it goes down, then you still got powder to burn.
Yeah.
But
true.
like, couldn't you see something like that happening though? Like,
I can see kind of something like that happening with the
that
whole.
would be that Wick event where just everything just fucking tanked in like a few days.
Guess I should target like 50. But
I've been kind of eyeballing that $40 to $50 range.
Yeah, I mean,
Low.
Yeah, I picked up a crap ton in 52 to 60. I think it was like 65-ish. So basically, I was buying like right here, and then I added on right here, and I'm adding on right here, and if it drops, I'll add on down here.
I'm actually happy to have an accumulation period for a while so I can just buy a bunch back in.
Yeah. I think most people need some accumulation time, but that's what makes me think we won't get one because everyone needs one. And no one ever gets what they want in crypto.
Yep.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see just the whole market just fucking blast like next month. Just everything blasts off and off to the races.
What if this is just making a bigger fractal compared to, you know, earlier where it made the peak and then came down and then went sideways for a while and then made a quick dump and then took off.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's always that scenario for sure. That's your typical just max pain scenario.
Because I'll tell you what, since the high, the part that it's making sure looks pretty close to the first half of that other little zone that it had before it really dipped down low.
This part and this part?
Yeah. That part there and then the earlier part over on the left. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely similar.
Back around February to April of 2021. Yeah, that area back in there.
These ones? Yeah, they had
Looks like just a bigger fractal.
they had that. And
then kind of went up and then kind of went
yeah, so they basically had that same thing. And then we had this. And they had yeah. Actually, they ended up going up after that though.
Yep.
Not down. So if we played that out, then we would see not new highs, just a lower high.
Yep.
Which means then the max pain will be coming. Because then that's probably when, you know, because we get the drop and you get the drop. And then that's when you get this stuff. And you're like, all right, yeah, blasting. No.
Yeah.
I mean, not like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll just be like the worst grind ever for most people, and no one's going to last through it.
No.
Except for all those people that have been there plenty of times before. But that's what makes crypto so great is that, you know, the more experience and longer you've been in it, then probably the more you're going to make.
Yeah, there's a whole new generation of crypto people over the last year that are learning a hard lesson right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it sucks for them too because now they can't accumulate because they lost everything.
Yeah.
And so now, yeah.
I would just for once, I would love to see Bitcoin dip under 30 just so I could see all the reports about how Michael Saylor's lost money on his Bitcoin. That would be priceless.
Yeah. He's lost this much. It's like yeah. It's like he hasn't lost shit unless he sold it.
That's right.
Well, how long have we been going on here for? Looks like
Close to
Ooh.
2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that.
Yep, close to. Yeah, I need to eat. I haven't ate anything today. I need to eat some food. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I should probably wrap it up too.
All right, guys, this is what we got to look forward to coming up. We just go AVAX back to negative $71.
Well, you know what? Oil went negative 40, and it's $100 some a barrel now. So why not?
Dude, they're gonna pay us to take the AVAX.
That's right.
And then we'll even make more money off of it. So get ready, guys. It's gonna be fun.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Are Friday nights off pretty common? Do you think, Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get weekends off or what?
No, Thursday, Friday off.
Oh. You guys want to do next Friday? Maybe I'll have a liquidity update on my stuff with Cardano.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll see if Jacob will get on too.
Okay.
And not be a little piece of crap. No. No, Jacob's cool. We need him back in here.
That's right.
All right. Well, guess we'll call it a night.
All right. Sounds good, guys.
All right. See you guys.
All right. See ya.
Later.